So all the students, faculty members, and all of us, we have to join and work together. Faculty, what we are emphasizing is the faculty members from one university work with the students from other universities and so on. Try to bring everybody in the team whosoever is important for the board. So the board becomes very important. It is not, individuals are not important. What you want to do, that becomes important. So I will not take time, but I also want to tell that Professor Vivarani and many other faculty colleagues, they were having many competition, student competition to get more ideas. I think they have got 20 ideas and we also got some few ideas. So now we were evaluating those 40 ideas. And I think the delay, I wanted to announce successful ideas today, but there is a delay because it is difficult. We wanted to fund 5 ideas, but it is difficult to make a short. So right now we have unanimously decided there are about 10 ideas. And we will be announcing the list maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay? So some of these 10 ideas which have been proposed by the students, they will be given seed funds by the JP education system, and we want them to, using that fund, to realize their dreams and convert their ideas to technology, products, or applications and so on. And I'm very happy that there are 3 A's, you said 3 or 4 A's, and which are very important, but I was noticing each name has a A actually. My own name also has a A, and I thought that was very important. So everybody has that A, okay? So I'm very happy that because I learned something new. I learned that A's are very important, and let's learn. I think what we are looking forward from these our guests is that they should tell us, especially tell our students, how exciting is this area of entrepreneurship, how risky it is, what is important to succeed. In fact, I may tell you that I also worked in a startup in USA, in one of the startups where I was the technical advisor. I spent my sabbatical there. And what I learned in that Silicon Valley, because that startup was in Santa Clara, that startup is important, the success is important. What I realized in that 2 years of sabbatical there is that startup may fail, but the person which is behind the startup or the entrepreneur, does not fail. And what I learned in that ecosystem, Silicon Valley ecosystem, is all these startups, they look for people whose startups have failed, because they want to bring them into their team, and so that they can guide them. So the people who have successful startups, they are important, but people whose startups have failed are in fact more important for further success in life. So that is, so entrepreneurship, it becomes a way of life, and you learn a lot doing that. So the person or the entrepreneur never fails. And I must tell you that we are not in few years' time, the same thing will happen in India. And I know that many students who initiated startup, in IIT Delhi also we were funding student startups. And I know that many of those students were looked after, were very valuable experience they get, and many companies wanted to hire them. Even those companies which have nothing to do with startup. Because those people, students who have initiated these small experiments or toy entrepreneurs, toy experiment, they had a very valuable experience which will be useful for you in your profession. So that's important. So I'm looking forward to having this interaction and learning from our guests. Thank you very much.
I would like to welcome Professor Pamni Gauba, Dean of International Affairs and Sponsored Projects and the Head of Department of Biotechnology. Kindly please join the panel now. With this, we begin with the panel discussion. I would like to ask Mr. Ashish Bhavani to please moderate the panel.
Thank you for inviting us. So, we all know, there are multiple factors behind success of any startup, right? Like there are team factors, there are funding factors. So, what do you feel is the main growth driver of the Indian startup? Let me ask Ms. Arushi Agarwal.
One suggestion when you answer this question, just spend 1 minute
माइक
on
सेट कर दो,
giving
आवाज नहीं आ रही है माइक में.
small introduction about the startup.
ऑन करना पड़ेगा.
About the startup and then speak on.
बोल मुझे आगे. अरे यार. अभी देख रहा हूँ.
Hi everyone, so this is Arushi and I did my computer science engineering from JIIC and then my management education from IIM Bangalore. Just when I was out of college from JIIC, we started a company called Day-Part2, which is around assessments, technical assessments. Currently we provide assessment solutions in certification domain, in IT hiring domain, and also for universities, government bodies and PSUs. The startup is doing great, but when we started this journey, it was a complete, a doubt cloud which we had, like any one of you who might be thinking of the similar thing. Doing a startup or thinking of an idea, doing of, prototyping something, experimenting something, doing a pilot. But I must say that as Sir said, this journey is in itself is an adventure and it's a learning journey. And when we talk about, as Ashish asked, the pillars, or the drivers of success for any startup, we must first understand what an entrepreneur is all about. Entrepreneur is not just, someone who creates a business, someone who creates a venture, makes money. Entrepreneurship is all about mindset. The mindset to create value in someone's life, to be able to make others' life better, to be able to dedicate your complete life, yourself, your family, everything to a vision or a vision that you have in mind. So this is all about entrepreneurship. Creation of wealth is necessary, but that comes in the end. That is like automatic factor which will come along with building up of the company. So the first stage is the idea stage, which is very, very important. The important thing that we need to understand is we should not go ahead with having a solution and then finding a problem to our solution or the thing that we have built. We should first understand what the problem is and then go ahead with creating a solution to it which can be useful to others. So it shouldn't be vice versa, otherwise this is the first step to failing a company. Second thing is obviously prototyping, building a small MVP or something which can actually work, but it's like a bicycle. You should have two tires, the accelerator, the brake, but maybe the carrier, the front basket and few other UX UI things you can do it at the end. So you should first have an MVP. You should try to experiment and see whether the customers are actually liking it, whether it is solving their problem, whether they are agreeing to pay for the MVP. So that product market fit you should be able to achieve before dedicating your everything into that. So you should first, because you might never understand whether the problem that you are thinking, is it actually a real world problem or not. And you should always be very, very open in sharing your thoughts, ideas with others. You should never have this thing in mind that I'm sure people of your age, I have because also had the similar fear that the idea will get chorified. It will never get stolen at all. Because if an idea is a good idea, the best validation is that idea must be striking the heads of multiple people around you. But what matters the most is the execution of it. So execution is the key. How you go ahead with that idea, create a team around you and execute it to provide a solution. The important factor, as asked by Ashish, according to me, the most important thing is the team. Team is the the most important pillar behind the success of any company, any startup, or any project that anyone is doing. So finding the right team members who have the similar vision is very important. In college, generally what we do is, we have people who are friends of ours and we think, acha, we need to start up, so let's, club these people together and start a company. But me and my co-founder, we are good friends, but we have completely different opposite skills. We are complementary to each other. That means if a skill that I have, my co-founder has some different skill. So this is how an ideal team should be built. For us, it was by chance or by luck. But if you are actually having an idea and are looking to create a team around it, you should always have this in mind. Let's say if you are good in backend, you should have the other person who is good in front end. If you are good in technology but not good in business acumen or marketing skills, so you should find the other person who is good in that kind of other skill which you might be lacking. So this is how an ideal team should be created. And then you all should have the same fire in your belly to dedicate yourself to the vision that you have seen. The vision initially could belong to one person, but slowly you should being the co-founder of the company, you should have that ability to deliver and convince people to follow your vision and make that vision their own. The second thing which comes which comes as a second pillar is the product. Product is very important. It is said a good product sells itself. There is no kind of sales marketing which can sell a bad product, which is actually not fulfilling the requirement of someone. Today the product might be good, but what we need to have in mind is continuous improvement process. A founder can never be in comfort zone. I'm sure you guys must have heard the case of the company called Grofers. So this was a settled company like Amazon, one of the biggest names in the e-commerce grocery business, right? But see, two guys just out of college, 19 years old, they made a company called Zepto, and this settled company had to change its branding, the name, and the complete business model. So product is the key. The way you execute it is the key, and it is a never-ending process. A founder cannot relax. He has to continuously keep innovating, continuously have that foresightedness in mind to be able to have a futuristic vision that what will be the need of the hour, say 5 years from now, and I have to build a product today to be able to cater to that kind of needs in future. The third thing which is very important is the core values. Certainly, when you will be having the company, you could have core values. Like for our company, the core values are integrity, then accountability, credibility. But when you are just starting up, the core values of the founder are very important. Is the founder or anyone who is for a company, it's like a parent and a baby relationship. The company is the baby and the founders are the parents. So are you ready to take the pain to nurture your baby? Are you ready at this stage to take the pain of discipline of time, discipline of mind? Each and everything that we are doing today is going to impact how the future of our company would look like. Each and every minute that we are spending, what we are eating right now will impact what will be my health after 2 days. Whether I'm sitting straight right now and keeping my spinal cord straight or not will impact what will be the future of my company 5 years from now. Will I be healthy enough to take the company to heights, or will I have to appoint someone else? So each and every effort, each and everything that I'm doing, the way I'm walking, the way I'm talking, what I'm eating, what I'm doing, how I'm spending each minute is very important. So this is what I say, the core value, which is very important, slowly of the company and right now of the founder. And then, as Sir said, this journey in itself, my favorite line is our entrepreneur never fails. Because, let's say this particular thing which is not working out, it doesn't work. Then either I learn or I win. So there is no failing. At least I learned that what is not the right way of doing it. And let's say I'll be trying the next time. Let's say the next time also it doesn't work, but at least I'll be knowing what is the second wrong way of doing it. I'll not follow that, and slowly, if I keep on trying, I'll definitely be able to achieve what I want to do. So it's about either learning and never failing. Then again, the important question which I had in mind when I was at your places was whether is it the right time to start a company, or should I have some kind of job experience? Should I first take some experience with corporate, learn some the corporate culture, learn some other things, and then dive into the entrepreneurial journey? I also had, when I got this Google offer, I thought why not join the job for 6 months and then dive into this journey. I might learn something new. But thankfully at that point in time I got in touch with multiple CEOs from other companies who were the customer of ours, and they helped me take the decision better. And they told us that a startup journey can only give you a startup experience. A job or being an employee can never give you an experience to run a company. So it's the same way. Doing a job can give you an experience to do a job better. But if you actually need to learn to start a company, you have to start by doing it. And is it the right time to answer this question? Let's say 5 years from now, I'm sure each one of you must be having a family of your own. You'll have more responsibilities. There will be people who will be looking up to you for their survival. So the type of responsibilities that you are having today, I'm sure everyone's parents must be having some expectations that tomorrow my son or my daughter will be getting this high-paying job, and all the relatives must be having the expectations. You yourself must be having the expectations from you. But in order to create something for the society, in order to live the life 10 years from now which others cannot, you will have to go through the pain which others are not. Let's say there's a scenario where you cannot get 2 times meal a day, and you cannot get a place to live today. Then definitely you should spend some time in doing a job, earning something, and then be able to spend in a startup. Otherwise, according to me, I feel the best time is now. You should not think of anything if you are able to get two times meal a day without doing a job. You should go ahead and start and follow your passion, whatever it is, and at least you will not regret in life that this was one thing which I thought would work, and I would have been in this place if I would have done this thing say 5 years ago. So that kind of regret won't be there, and I'm sure it will be a great learning experience. You'll not regret diving into this entrepreneurial journey. It's an amazing journey. There are no straight lines. It's either straight up or straight down. It's like a heartbeat thing. So you should have that ability to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself going when there are downs, and keep yourself grounded when there are ups. So,
Rishi, could you brief about your venture to our existing students? I believe they will be really motivated if you just talk about how your expertise, computer science and information technology is contributing in your startup.
So we started this as a project in college. Manish sir was our mentor, and he was very, very helpful in guiding us. At every stage we used to brainstorm, build things. And when I joined the college, I was a complete noob in programming. I had no programming background, and I used to hate computer science, but had to take it because my father wished me to take the computer science engineering field. And then when I came to college, there were competitions like Execute and few others which Manish sir and team, the programming hub, they used to conduct. And we used to we started participating in all of them. And then I saw that what programming is all about, and slowly got an idea about the overall programming background. What are the ways to learn? It's not easy to learn programming when you are completely blunt into it. But slowly I got friends who were very good at programming. They helped me understand some concepts, classes, teachers, and then mostly the self-study part I think can really help. Practicing few questions. I think this is how I started with programming. And then slowly I became the programming hub coordinator when there were few interviews that were taken. And then this journey was started wherein we built a compiler to just simulate the code. How a code can be online simulated in an online manner. And this is how we built this system. And then slowly we had no idea to. I have never thought of sitting doing a startup or building a company around what we built. But slowly when we sat for our placements, we saw that there's a huge gap in the people who are actually good and the people who are actually getting the right offers. There are some people who used to, in just the 2 months summer break that we used to got, there were people who used to just mug up the questions, lot of things were there, and they used to get, good offers. So it was not, there was a gap somewhere in order to match the right talent with the right opportunity. Also, during my internship in IT Delhi, I had also got some friends from there. And we noticed that there is not, an equal set of opportunities given to a tier 2 institute as compared to a tier 1 institute. In not only in terms of the job offers, but also in terms of overall grooming thing. And that is when we thought that why not build a company in order to provide a level playing field to each and every individual, irrespective of their pedigree, irrespective of what background of college or which city they belong to. And this is when we build a company, started building this company. And after having the job offer also, I was working on this particular thing, and it took us around a year's time to completely revamp the product after college ended, and we were continuously innovating on that. And we launched the prototype on December 2019. And me and my co-founder, we both belong to complete technical backgrounds. We do not have any idea about how we can do sales, marketing, how to talk to people. When we started, we had no idea about it. And most of the times, when the product was ready, we tested it in various IITs. Few things were done. So we thought, why not go to the companies to take a demo of the product. And then we took our laptop bag and we just started rushing from one company to another. And 90% of the times we were just stopped at the gate. The guard used to just, make us rush off because they told us that we do not have appointments. But if we are not getting in, how can we have the appointments? So there was a huge dilemma for that. But I think a true entrepreneur can figure out any kind of difficulties that are coming in. He has this strength to overcome everything in order to achieve whatever his passion is. Especially we engineers, I'm sure most of us here are engineers, right? Or there are mixed background people. Mixed, okay. So especially the people who are engineers, we are somehow built to overcome all the challenges that are coming through, and we just sail through and somehow figure out. We do some kind of jugaad in order to achieve whatever we want. And slowly we figure out ways to take appointments. And today, currently Talent Decrypt in the certification domain is the first Indian and the second global company to be approved by International Software Testing Qualifications Board. And we host certification assessments in more than 7+ continents and various countries. We serve currently 350+ IT hiring customers, including names like Samsung, KPMG, Mindtree, Legato, Bosch, many others, NXP Semiconductors, many others, and also the universities like IIT Delhi, IIIT Delhi, IIM Bangalore, and many others. So the journey is not very easy, but it is definitely adventurous, it is interesting, and you'll not regret once you enter into this journey, and you just dedicate yourself completely to this. I'm sure you will be able to make it big. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, Arushi. So, as sir asked, let me introduce about my startup. We built a product called Algo Sales. So, Algo Sales is a PMS SaaS-based product for hospitality sector. Abroad Innovations is the legal and incorporated name of that product. So, what we found is, see, if there is real problem statement and if you solve it, you'll really make a product. So, what we found is, most of the hospitality owners in India wanted to use technology, but they don't want to use products built in US. Now there are two primary reasons. Because first, they don't want to hire expensive labor. Products built in US are difficult to operate, right? And a hospitality product owner, hospitality location owner in India strongly cares about EBITDA margins, right? He doesn't want to hire expensive labor just to increase operational efficiency. So we found a big market gap there, and we created a product. The product scaled in itself. We got initial customers. We got funding. We raised our funding round in January this year from Singapore. So the main thing is the product should be really useful. If there is no utility for product, it's not gonna happen, right? And you should really know what you are doing. Like for me, during my college days, I was a competitive programmer. I did a lot of competitive programming, just like most of the guys. Then after doing competitive programming, during last year I wanted to boost my confidence, so I applied for multiple placements, and of course I got a lot of offers. I joined Future First to get my confidence up before doing startup. Eventually, Future First was a full-fledged coding role, but I wanted more experience. So what I did is I shifted to Deloitte to gain some corporate management experience, because when you are doing startup, you really need to manage team, right? If you can't manage team, you can't do startup. You can't even eventually scale up. Even if, let's say, even you have a product, you have a sales, you need to scale. To scale, you need a strong team, right? So I switched to Deloitte to gain some corporate management experience, and then eventually with support from Triple IT Allahabad, I started the product. I got incubation from Triple IT Allahabad. I had strong network there. I had during my coding competitions, faculties from Triple IT Allahabad really knew me. So I started the product. I built the MVP from their support. Eventually, I hired good guys from Triple IT itself, and eventually the product was ready, and we were ready in the market. So most likely we are soon gonna scale even more in Mumbai and surrounding regions. We have a strong market in Delhi as of now. So that was all about my product, our current success. So I would suggest you should really know what you are doing. If you are just creating product without any need, it's not gonna happen, no matter how good it is, really. So now I'll ask next question. Startups rely on market access as well as possibilities to identify and charge customers. How much of it do you owe to the internet? Let me direct this question to Mr. Sanjay.
Okay, so first of all, hello everyone. तो मेरी इतनी फोटोएं कभी नहीं खींची, आज सबसे ज़्यादा खींची हैं. And I hope वो सारे
Sanjay, before beginning to the answer of this question, you please also discuss about your
Yeah, sure,
small.
sure.
How come? Because I think biotech students, they are very willing to
Yes.
hear you.
So I am Sanjay Bahel, and I had enrolled in B.Tech Computer Science. उस टाइम पे computer science was sort of popular. IT में नहीं जाना, computer science में जाना है, तो मुझे लगा ठीक है computer science में जाते हैं. EC was also very I mean people were interested about EC क्योंकि high paying jobs होती हैं. तो उस टाइम पे you don't even have an idea what is going in the market. But so I enrolled into computer science, but I always enjoyed computer science is different from IT. So there's a lot of technical things in computer science engineering. So that was my passion बचपन से ही कि सर्टन इनोवेटिव या कुछ इंजीनियरिंग कुछ होना चाहिए। तो बट जब पहुँचे ये बीटेक क्लोज करके जो प्लेसमेंट्स हो रही थी तो वही इन्फोसिस, वही कॉग्निजेंट, वही मतलब इट वाज प्लेन आईटी जॉब्स which I didn't like because क्या कर रहे हो आप, at least what my perspective is कि some American company you're doing as a back office agent for that company and I did not want to work like that। मैंने काम करा भी है in Headstrong in HCL for a few years but then वो innovation कहाँ गई जो हमने कॉलेज में पढ़ी थी या फिर वो जो हम मूवीज़ में देखते हैं 3 Idiots ये वो इनोवेशन तो होती नहीं है आईटी में, बस कोई डेटाबेस डेवलपर बन जाओ या प्रोग्रामिंग कर लो। तो दैट वाज माय काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग ऑफ द मार्केट। तो फिर देन आई हैड माय फैमिली बिजनेस ऑफ मेंटेनेंस इंजीनियरिंग। आई ट्राइड selling our maintenance engineering products। They are basically products like welding alloys and greases and all, they are used in industry for maintenance and all। so I tried selling them। We were distributors, we are still distributors of these products। so that is why my company is Super Weld। so my father started it। तो मैंने सोचा नाम में क्या रखा है, नाम वैसे ही होना चाहिए, पापा ने इतनी मेहनत करी है तो आई टेक द नेम Super Weld। बट देन ये जो मेंटेनेंस इंजीनियरिंग इंडस्ट्री दैट इज़ क्वाइट अ मैच्योर इंडस्ट्री, इसमें भी इनोवेशन नहीं है, नई चीज़ें नहीं है। तो फिर देन आई थॉट व्हाट टू डू। देन लकीली आई गॉट मेरे पापा के एक फ्रेंड है, देयर इज़ वन साइंटिस्ट, his name is Dr. Kulkarni and there are a couple of other scientists। so when I learned about him तो कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं आपके बैक ऑफ द माइंड के देखो मुझे ये लगता है कि इंडिया इज़ द बेस्ट कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड। वी आर बॉर्न हियर, तो ये इसमें ही कुछ अच्छा होगा। तो यही सब चीज़ों पे और ये सब आप जब थॉट्स लाते हो तो फिर when I interacted with our scientist I found out कि इंडिया में बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज़ ह्यूज। आई मीन एटलीस्ट अगर हम 100 रुपये का प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे तो हम 100 रुपये की चीज़ देंगे, पर चाइना से 100 रुपये की चीज़ लेंगे तो क्या पता कितने के रुपये की चीज़ डल भी रही है अंदर। तो एग्जैक्टली ऐसा भी है, मतलब वो 100 रुपये की बेच रहे हैं पर एक्चुअली 10 रुपये की चीज़ होती है अंदर। पर इंडिया में कम से कम हम ऐसे नहीं है। आई मीन आर बिजनेस कम्युनिटी, चाहे वो बनिया कम्युनिटी हो या पंजाबी हो, कोई भी हो, हम लोग गलत काम नहीं करेंगे। So that is the same thing with biotechnology। I mean when we are making certain enzymes, when we are making certain microbes, then they are actually really good। And then I found out कि ये वाली जो mentality होती है कि बाहर के सारे products अच्छे हैं, हम imported bacteria use करेंगे, imported enzymes use करेंगे, that days are gone। अभी भी है वो mindset, I'm still fighting with that mindset। but I want to tell you, पता है हमारा देश